Hello, I'm Ethan. I'll be coding today. Um, we are working on a app slash business interest called Rentijoy. And Rentijoy is a property management tool, building kind of the foundational stuff, the leases, properties, applications, etc., and payments eventually as well. I'm interested in doing some AI stuff, but not too much because I need to learn what I should build for an AI functionality within the app. But yeah, today this is gonna be a bit of a longer recording. I'm not actually able to stream onto YouTube yet because this channel is new, super new. I have another channel where I do mostly gaming. And that's also a bit of a new endeavor as well. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna do it just for, this is a late night, 3:46 a.m. I can't sleep, and so I figured I might as well just try to code. But I'm gonna try to code for like 2 hours and see how far we can get. In terms of stuff that we're working on, we've been primarily looking at like the application flow, but we're starting to dive into the lease flow as well. So the one thing in the lease flow is this builder, and this is really after you approve an application, that will happen. So if I actually just go and let's do this. I usually would be programming on my Linux environment, but I had to do all this like secure boot CSM stuff for Battlefield 6 early access, so I can't even access my Linux right now until I turn that stuff off. That's not at all what I wanted to do there. I wanted to reset. Oops. I should probably give a bit of an intro on like what the tech stack is though. I'm running just a Rails app. That's it. It's just a Rails app, using Rails 8, and yeah, so pretty straightforward. Nothing too fancy. So what I wanted to do is go here. How am I still logged in? Let's reset the database. That's weird. Did I not reset? It did not reset, even though I reset it. That's a bit scary. Am I in the same app? All right, that's weird. There we go. Okay. So you have some seed data here, and I'll go ahead and just open up a incognito tab, and I'm just gonna do test at rentijoy.com. That'll create an account. If I do that, do that. I'm gonna do 1900, 1010. I'll say Rentijoy. Cog in the wheel. $1. This is the application flow. I should probably be commentating on this. This is the application flow. So when as a landlord or property manager, you send a link to a tenant or an applicant, and then they go through it and fill in this information. There will be, well, I was about to, there will be there will be what is it? Sorry, I'm blanking. There will be a ability to add custom questions at some point. I just don't really need to add that right now. There is a bug though in this application flow. I don't think I actually logged it, or I did. It's in bugs. Yeah, no, here. Address form state doesn't fetch when country is changed. So for some reason the state just doesn't pass through. I don't even see it hooked up. Because we have it, this dynamic select controller here. Form address. Oh. It's not an invalid. Really? That's interesting. Oh. It's because it doesn't exist. That's funny. Call it dynamic select controller. So yeah, we probably just fix this right now. Where is this coming from? Oh, the stimulus LSP. Interesting. Okay. All right. That might have fixed it. Yeah, it did. All right. So it is working. This controller that I had made was basically when I changed the target element, it'll fetch an API and then parse the options from that API. So here, whenever the country changes from either US or Canada, it'll show you the provinces in Canada or the states in United States. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add 123 Test Street, city name, and then I'll just say ABC 123. I don't really have any validation on that stuff yet. I don't know if I ever will, but I'll just say that. And then we'll just say current, sure. If I continue, then you can add some references. Say, yeah. And then it'll go into some questions, yes or no questions that are pretty standard on some applications for properties. So whether you smoke, or you've had bankruptcy in the last 7 years, been evicted, convicted of a felony, potentially refused to pay rent, stuff like that. And then the pet question, if I say yes here, it'll take me to here. If I say no, I'll have to just set a password. I will add a pet. I'll have a pet named, a dog named Nellie. She's no longer here, but I'll just use her name. And I'll say 100 pounds, vaccination status. This is a form that I'm trying to like tweak because I have like fish and reptiles here, which some of this information here is kind of irrelevant. Like when somebody adds a fish, like if I have a goldfish tank, I'm not going to be like naming out every single goldfish that I have, right? So I want to make sure that that's a bit more dynamic and maybe more focusing on the tank from like a property management perspective. The tank is more important than the fish itself. Like the fish aren't going to cause damage. It's obviously the tank full of water that can cause the damage. So most property managers and landlords just want to know about that stuff. And yeah, so I set a password here. And then this is broken right now. As a matter of fact, this whole flow is broken. Because I just lost access to it. However, but in here, Like I wasn't actually able to finalize it, so maybe we should actually just fix that. Which is like all in here. Or let me try to sign in the user. Finalize. Wait, what? Finalize. Oh. Where's it trying to sign in the user? Can't remember. Um, I'm trying to remember where it signs in the user. And I feel crazy now. Oh, it did at the password form. It did right here. Yeah, that's right. Okay. What we need to do now is figure out why that's not working. I don't even remember what the error was. I should have kept it up. Doofus. I don't think this sign-in actually exists. Like, if I do this quickly, one moment. Huh? Okay. So we're going to do devise sign-in methods. Yeah, this exists. Sign in. Oh. We need to include the helper. I don't know what happened there. It was weird. So if I do this now, and I go to a different property, copy that link, paste it. Okay, I already have I'm already signed in. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to close it. I'm going to open up another one. Nope. So now it's going to ask me to enter in my email. Now, if I enter in my email and I already have an account, I have to log into that account. If I was still an anonymous account, it would just make me confirm a code. So I'll get like a 9-digit code that I have to enter if haven't fully completed an application. So these are for cases where if somebody falls off from an application and they want to come back and apply, that we retain that information, and then still bring them to their application. God, sorry, I can't talk. The one issue right now is we don't fill in this information very well. So like we don't save this information. The idea is we save employment, address history, pets, all that, but like, yeah, the personal details like that, we don't pre-populate, which I want to. I just have been lazy. And As you see, I didn't get asked the pet question because I already have a pet. So it can't, like, you have to be, yes, I have a pet. Can't just have no pets and then say you don't have a pet. And then here's the review. This is actually a poor example. I'll do this. All done. Like that. You see that there, and then from the landlord side, I can approve it. And then that's where it brings me to this lease builder. Let me get a different application, a different property, and we'll do the same thing. But I'm going to do test plus 2. Do that. I don't know if that's how you spell Thunder Mifflin. Okay. I gotta touch up some of these forms as well at some point. So we're looking a little basic at the moment. Do that. No pets this time. And now this should work. But actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to drop off. I'm going to go back. Oh, I got moved to the wrong thing. I changed it. It used to be under the property link, but I moved it to its own application link, and I have to fix it so it redirects. So what was that? Test 2 at rentijoy.com. So now I'm getting asked to the code for the code. And this is where I can see it, I think. At least I thought it was. Oh yeah, there it is. So here's the verification token. It's just a, again, 9-digit token. Enter the code, and then you can kind of go through. And again, this is where it sucks because we have to do this. But we don't have to do this part, so a really easy fix, just kind of being lazy. Same with this. Like, we need to fix this. I'll set a password. And ideally you get sent to the most recent step. Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Undefined method. Oh, because this is not in the controller. This is this needs to be here. Okay. If I go and do this. All right. That's really the only thing that's like necessary. Because now if I do test 2 at Rentijoy. Really? I get asked? Huh. That doesn't make sense to me. This is weird. It's saved too. It's all fine. Let me maybe close and open again. Is there like a password thing that's happening? Don't save that anyway. Is it like, yeah, it might be a password thing. No. I keep forgetting how my own application works. It's so bad. Yeah, I haven't really like done like the whole vibe coding thing either. Like it's not like I'm like having Claude Code. I mean, I use Claude Code for some things, but like most of this shit I wrote, which makes it even more crazy. So probably in start application is where our logic is flawed. So we look up by an existing email. If there is an existing user, then we create one, which makes sense. And if the existing user is not anonymous, we redirect. Yeah, we redirect to a new session path. Oh, this is flawed. Right? Not anonymous. Yeah. Is there a way to do this in Rails? Like not? Okay, wait, let's do maybe that. Is that better? Let's try that. I don't know why I'm playing Christmas music right now. I have a jazz royalty free background. Cafe music. Literally that. Oh. Got some neck pains coming. Okay. Drink some water here. Never mind, I'm out. This is not working. I'm gonna add a debugger here. And what I'm gonna do before I do the debugger is the debugger doesn't work very well when you're in this like proc or whatever it's called. Can't remember what it's named. It's this like proc file thing in dev. Foreman. That's what it's called. It doesn't work in Foreman like at all. So I always have to just boot up the Rails server itself to get the debugger working. And I've just been too lazy to actually fix it. So yeah, if I say existing user, we get that user. If I say anonymous, we get false. Oh. Yeah. Anonymous. We want that true. That's my fault. And I was wondering why I wasn't getting any transactions from it, because I was setting it to the same value that it was. So that's just user error. It's my fault. So we'll grab that code, paste it, and there we go. Now I can't remember. Oh yeah, right. I was going to test the. Sorry, I couldn't remember why I went through all this again. But we want to test if the sign-in works. So I'm just going to say yes to all these questions. Testing. No pets. We'll set the password again. Same issue. Same issue. Oh, we're getting a different one now, though. We get, did you mean user session? So that's new. So what we kind of need to do is this sign in here doesn't work. Okay, like we'll do that. Now this is Ruby on Rails 3, so maybe a little bit outdated. They get logged out of GitHub again? Jeez. GitHub. Password. That going there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search sign in. Okay. Is there a helper? There is a helper. Say test integration helper. It's not quite what I want. But there's this here. This is a controller. Included by default in all controllers. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. What we can do is yeah. I think we just need to include that module, device controller sign out. So I think the module name just changed. I think it's still complaining about that. Device controllers sign in and out. So that'll give me the sign in method. I think. I don't know. We'll find out. Speak with such confidence. Okay. Test 3. What the heck? That was so weird. Okay, do that. Let's do somewhere in Alabama. I know it's like zips their numbers, numerical. And we'll just say that we are there since 2015. Christmas time. Since the jazz playlist got Christmas music playing. No. We had a different error though. Like now we're getting undefined local variable. Oh, no, it's the same error, but we had a did you mean at the end of that. Okay. I need to know like how to log somebody in. Seems like this exists, but why do you? These questions are pretty old. Like 8 years? Yeah. That is a bit of an old question. I wonder if Claude Code can solve this. Close down that. You Claude Code. Okay, I'm going to go to the password form. I'm going to paste in that. Oh, I did not mean to do that. No, stop. Do that. I did not mean to do that either. I did not mean to do. How do you do this? Oh my god. No. No. I can't, like, I don't know how to go down new lines. I can't, I'm stupid. I thought it was control. Oh, it's alt, whatever. Do password form. Ah. So used to my Linux. For coding. So, sign in isn't working. I'm using devise. Any fixes you can think of? Try your best. It's just give a little encouragement, you know. Give some encouragement to the AI. You know, just try your best. You know, you got it. You got it. I don't got it, but you got it. And that's what matters. Okay, let's see what it did. Gross is the first thing. Controller context? Oh, does it just not have context? Oh, it needs access to the session and request. Okay. Here's what I think we'll do. We'll get rid of this. And what we'll end up doing is we'll just do true, or maybe we'll pass back the user and then basically get rid of that. In the password form, we can do sign in user. I think we can do this. And that'll work. I think. Let's try it again. We have spent a lot more time than I would want on this issue. But it is whatever. $10 $1 million. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So it should have context for the session and the request. So it should be able to answer this. Yes. All right. That's really good. All right. So it just didn't have context to what it needed to for the click controller stuff. And so you see the signing count change. So we just signed them in, which is what we wanted. I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm actually, for a matter of fact, I'm going to get rid of this as well, because we don't want that. Okay. And then so if the pet information here, it's probably another one that we want to log as a bug. Let's do this. Pet information is empty. Should. You know, it actually does do that, but the reason why, because the reason why this is happening is because when we say no, it's getting overwritten. I think I might have already written this down as a bug in like to do. No, I didn't. I just made it make pet information more better. All right, we'll finalize. Boom, confetti. Let's go. That's there. Yeah. Okay, sorry. On the landlord side, it shows no pets. On the... Why is... None of this information's coming through? Oh, God. Oh, God. All right. That's not good. It's another bug to add to the list. Show snapshots. So a little bit like how this works is it basically I can submit an application and then I can change my employment history, I can change my address, I can change references, pet information, etc. It will only capture a snapshot of that information of what it was at that given time. So on the tenant side, it's more convenient because they can just edit it once, but then all future applications can be updated. It's lacking in the sense where, oh, if you want to update some information, you can't update it for all of your existing applications. So something I'm thinking about, like, do we actually need to do that? Is it okay to show the most updated information to a landlord? You know, is there any cases where a tenant actually wants to withhold information from an application for whatever reason? So I think there's some things to kind of consider, and I'm leaning towards getting rid of the whole snapshot thing and just pulling directly from the source. So employment information directly from the user, address, references, pets. Because, you know, one thing that can happen is, you know, a tenant applies to a property, says they don't have pets, and they add pets after in like a different property. It's like, well, why did you have no pets there, but now you have pets here? So something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna say reconsider snapshots. Okay, so what I really wanted to do, or at least this stream, was the lease builder. So for the leases, we have start dates, end dates. We have a lease. We have a lease type, and that type is either a fixed term, month to month, or a periodic, which actually I'm going to get rid of that because that one I don't think we actually need. And then the rent amount, and then the payment frequency. I want to find a better UI for payment frequency. Can stay like this. It could be monthly, weekly, fortnightly, but the rent due day, like this changes. So if I say weekly, due every week, then the due day is it's within a 7-day period. Whereas like if I do monthly, right, I can do 30 days. If I do fortnightly, right, I can do 14 days. So there's some kind of like things that we need to iron out here, and that's why I need to really consider the UI experience here. I'm thinking about maybe just doing monthly as like the default and just kind of scoping it to that, and then have the capability to expand frequencies when I need it. Because there's some information, there's some stuff here that doesn't exist, like late fees. Like we need to add that. And yeah, the actual lease document as well that the tenant's gonna have to sign, which we're gonna probably use Bold Sign for, which is a e-signature API, so I don't have to build any of that stuff. They have a pretty good starting package. They have pay per use, which is really nice, but it starts at $30 a month and you get 40 signature requests, so after that's 75 cents. So actually, not bad. Some of the other ones, like, I mean, what's it called? DocuSign is insane. If I go here, I'll go to Canada. I go developer. I'm starting at $66 a month. Hell no. Like Hello Sign as well, similar kind of thing, or Dropbox Sign. That API pricing starts at $100 a month. I'm not charging a whole bunch of money for this product. Like, you just get kind of eaten away with all these software fees. So I debated on building it myself, but then you lose the reputation of like DocuSign or some of these other signature platforms. So I figured I'll just go with one that, 75 cents. It's good. There's DocuSeal as well. That's open source, but then I have to host it. Otherwise, it's $20 a month per user. You get unlimited signature requests, branding. You get to connect your own email address, but it's not like platform specific, right? So anyway, just something to think about. We might do DocuSeal. Like, I might change my mind because they do have API pricing as well. 20 cents. It's much cheaper than this, and it doesn't have I don't know if this is a minimum. Yeah, like, I don't know. You get free sandbox testing. Yeah. So yeah, we might actually use DocuSeal. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see when we get there. But I'm gonna make this look better. So the first thing that we have is I had Claude do some UI stuff and it was just really shitty. So I'm gonna try to like fix this up. And part of that might be just kind of redoing some of this stuff. Like all of it. But let me just capture what I need to build before. So we need lease duration. What's going on here? What was that? Was that Claude code? That was weird. That diff that just popped up. Lease type. Rent amount. Currency. And payment schedule. We need late fees. Whatever else we're missing. I don't know. We'll start with that. That's good enough. We'll fine tune it later. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this form because I want to change all this. First of all, it's like it already has a background image, but it's already in a card, so like it just doesn't know. And then that stuff there should probably live on there. What is that? That's Super Maven? Battle of the LLMs here. Is it Copilot? Oh, it's Copilot. Oh. I don't know. I don't want Copilot. Get rid of this here. Turn this off. Can't. Really? Oh, there we go. Disable. Not to dog on Copilot, but like it wasn't working very well either. So I think a refresh. There, a refresh now. There we go. We have this. Usually don't do H1s. We'll do that. That was pretty good. Create a comprehensive lease agreement by filling out the information below. All fields are required unless otherwise noted. Noted. So we need this section, which is where I think we're going to use a card. That's where dot card component. So I'm going to put that there. And oops, that's not at all where I wanted it. Card. What spacer? No, what am I doing? I mean, do that. I don't think we need this either, actually. No, didn't. Okay, so we're gonna add a spacer there. That looks pretty good. Do it. Title. I can't believe the royalty free jazz music. I'm gonna try to find a different one. Damn. Crunchy. All right. There we go. What does that look like? Nope. That? What? It's crazy. I spelt it like that. Unless I didn't. Just copy that. Yeah, it's like literally it's the exact same spelling. Ah? On our today? Is there any issue with loading the font? That's what's going on. We'll never know. Do I do a bin dev? Maybe that fixes it. No. Also does not fix it. Okay. Interesting. I don't think I'm using outlined. I know I am. Yeah, the fill doesn't matter. Huh. Okay. All of these ones are working. Like if I do menu, does that still work? Is that? Oh. Whoops. Just had the wrong thing there. It's all right. It's all right. All right, so we're gonna do align center. Yeah, and then space extra small. Yeah, so that's nice. I like that. Okay. And then underneath that, we can do hard content. Configure the time frame for the lease agreement and what happens when the lease ends. Yeah, there we go. And then maybe add one of these suckers here. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, that's what we like. Oh man, that's so nice. Class, hard, body. Test. Okay, I don't quite want that because that doesn't look very good. But we will add another div because what we'll do is we'll have the form for, yeah, we'll do this. We'll do div. Yes. Please start date. Sure. And then, yeah, see, it's writing in Tailwind. Fool. You fool. Same here, it's writing in Tailwind. Input. I think I just had it called input. Really? Wait, what? No. Oh, yeah. Input. Let's do that. What is it? What is going on? Yeah. Oh, this is so weird. Yeah, there we go. That was strange. Okay. So I want this to be in a cluster because I want these to be side by side. Because now when I do this and that, these are there. And then cluster between seriously? Yeah, justify space between. Why does that not work? Oh, I forgot the U. There. Yeah, that looks nice. All right, and then ends. Actually might be where we can add hard body. I don't think we have anything on the label. Yeah. We should probably make like a label class. Maybe that, and then basically here, now we can say label helper. Similar here, we could do label helper. Oh my god, that's terrible. No. That's better. I'm still working on the coloring of the app, by the way. Like, I have this kind of like cream color. And it's interesting. I'm kind of feel like I'm doing it too much though, so I might tweak it before I launch, but we'll see. So you have lease start date, lease end date. And we'll just do this actually. It's weird why that adds so much width between the two. Wait, that's really weird. Gross. Is there like an input thing for full width? Input. I thought I had it set to full width. Yeah, it's set width 100%. Well, okay. All right, so I guess we have cluster space as the variable, which is what this is getting as a gap. So when I do this, it doesn't really do anything. As a matter of fact, it does nothing, actually, because there's this. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, we're gonna do this, but we're gonna do no space, default space, just medium. That actually looks all right. Oh, they're both start date. All right, start date, end date. And then after that, we'll do one more thing here. Or I meant to do this actually. Do it in a div. I do this in a div because that'll give me the ability to space these out. Small. Um, okay. What I want to do is make a new section within this section. That'll be focused on. Actually, you know what? We should probably get the type before any of that stuff. So I'm actually curious if I do this. How does that come out? Better if we add spacing. Like that. Medium. All right. So now we're cooking here. Now we're cooking. So the first one would be lease type. We'll say configure the type of lease. Lease type. Thinking we just do type here. Maybe a pen? Ooh, contract edit. Coming in clutch. There you go. That's nice. And then basically, it's just one form. It's the only form. Maybe we won't do a cluster. And release type. Delete that. F select. This is where I want to get it from the lease. Why is that not working? Didn't even come in. Weird. That? Oh. Yeah, it's one of those things where we have to do this. Annoying. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I think we had that option for like what happens after the lease. No, we don't. So I might throw that as a to-do item. This is already done. Add configuration for when the lease is finished. So yeah, the next section would be the rent here. So we'll add that as a let's do like a money one here. Sure, attach money. It's probably good enough. Attach money is probably good. So yeah, we do that. Oh. I wonder if it was a good one, better one. Local ATM's nice. Payments. Yeah, all right, we'll do payments. So this one is rent amount. Is there a large input? Oh, there is. All right, cool. So if I do input dash dash large, oh, looks way better. Do that for all these here, actually. Matter of fact. All right. This is looking good. The one thing that would be nice is probably some input masking on this. But it's not needed. We'll do that. I wonder, this might be where Claude Code can help us. I put a lot of faith in Claude Code. For the rent amount, can you help build a include a dollar within the input? Make sure to not use Tailwind and instead make use of that. Fire away, Claude. Fire away. Okay. It's doing input with prefix. Interesting. There's the input prefix. Okay. Do that. Now don't muck up my CSS, Claude. I did not. Okay. Let's see how it did. I don't know why that happens from time to time. Wow. Revolutionary. Nope. Okay. Yeah, that did not do at all what I wanted it to do. Okay. Sometimes Claude AI might be a good spot. I'm not logged into that either. Am I logged into anything right now? No. I logged out of everything. And my passkey is no longer valid. Jeez. Oh, that's why. Different one. Oh, all right. Okay. For some reason I got like completely booted out of that. Let me just try to log into Claude here. Okay. I've been using Claude for... I upgraded because of Claude Code, so I used to pay for ChatGPT Pro, but once Claude Code came out, I started using that, and or not once it came out, but once I found out about it and started using it more and how it was pretty nice to work with, I decided to just pay for Claude, and rather than pay for ChatGPT and Claude. I would like to make the $sign. I would like to make a $sign appear beside the input. How might I do this with CSS? Let's use that. Let's try that out. Struggling. There we go. So method one's using a wrapper with a before pseudo element. Okay, that's cool. Oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's probably fine. Flexbox with a span. I might just do this. Seems fine. Close this. We'll just add input. We'll say currency input. Or sorry, currency input. And then we can say at input heading left. And then the markup was, yeah, the markup was a lot more simple. So if I just do this, do a div, div. Why did Copilot just open up? Creepy. Currency input. It's a bit weird, but whatever. So much faith in that. Yes. Looks so good. Sort of. Change the font size. Or we can inherit it, right? What if we do that? It kind of already looks good even when it's large, or at the default size. Yeah, that looks actually really good. I like it. Okay, we got the rent section. Late fees, which we have to build that a bit more, build that out more. The next piece would be our kind of action buttons here, which I actually don't think we'll put in a card, but we'll just have them there. So I'll just go ahead and remove all this, and then we'll even do f.submit, save and continue. Sure. Class. Button primary. Full width. There we go. So yeah, that looks pretty good. So so you can save and continue. You can set up your lease type, lease duration, rent, and then basically save and continue will take you to showing that rent. And so if I do 1500 save, you can see that gets saved there. And Claude actually helped me build a lot of the lease stuff, like the pages and whatnot. So that was something that did save me time. It is just tough with the so here's the edit form, and the reason the edit form's different is because the builders, after you've approved an application, you go to a builder where you can kind of have more informative lease. But I don't know, I might just make this into a lease form. Like, I might be overthinking this whole like builder thing. This is actually kind of what I was, yeah, like I think I'll probably just make it into this one. This whole thing could be the edit form. So all that is to do, because I don't want to focus on it right now. Oops. Edit would be the same as the builder form. So we'll build that because we have about 36 minutes left, and then I'm done. But yeah, so this is good so far. The only thing is these rent due days. Kind of have defaults. Yeah, the rent due days defaults to the first monthly. Okay, that's actually what I want anyway, so yeah, we can just get rid of that. So yeah, first of the month, fixed term, starts, ends, rent amount. And then there's some more things that we need to build out, like we need to be able to have like a rent roll on it, so you can kind of see all of the payments that are going to be needed for the rent for the year for that particular lease. And then that will be visible for the landlord and also the tenant. And then we should have a leases list here. Oh, sometimes that isn't available though. Humanize. Wait, what? Yeah, it's fine. Same thing here. Yeah, all right, there we go. So this lease just doesn't have really any information in it. So it just fails. Whereas this one has information. So we can see the term, you see the type, monthly, and then obviously we can see the rent. So just some kind of key information that we need to see. Yeah. That was a weird one. Okay. So the builder page is done, I would say, for now. Despite some like key things that are missing. That wasn't even on the to-do list, but it was on my to-do list in my head. So that is an X for me. So that was this one here, technically. Let's get rid of that. Make it more intuitive. Let's scratch that. Because we're not doing that right now. We will do it at some point, but not right now. I don't think we'll do it for launch. Oh, yeah, the tenants need to be added to the lease. So we'll do that. Okay. So tenants need to be added to the lease. There'll be a new lease user at a join table. Rails G model, lease user. It'll reference a user and it'll reference a lease. We'll start with that. And so this will have as many lease users and then has many users through lease users. I don't think that's the thing. Has tenants, but it's whatever. I mean, one thing we could do is do tenants and just do users. It's kind of lazy, but yeah. So when we build this, we need to be able to get eligible tenants, or yeah, I don't know. We say users. So let me think about this one, because basically what we need to do is we have a list of users we need to get those users, but they need to be users that have at least some kind of interaction with the team. So if they have an application, they're a previous tenant, all that stuff. And I don't know how to do that. Hi, Claude. Maybe our good friend Claude knows. For the builder, I need an instance variable that can get me a list of tenants to choose from that have some association with the team, either a previous tenant in an existing lease or on an application. So one of the flows that are probably not going to be captured here is if this tenant has already been approved outside of Rentijoy and they need to just create them a tenant. So I actually probably want to support that as well. And we can do that. I think like if there isn't any tenant, just add new one. It'll pop up a form, enter in the user information. It'll create that account. It'll create like a guest account, send them an email, invite them. They'll set their password. They'll do all that stuff, and they'll go from there. So it's going to get available tenants. And then this is grabbing application tenants. And then it's plucking between the two. I don't know if that's actually going to work. Who knows about linting issues? That's cool. Maybe it did work. Damn. If it did, that's awesome. Nope, we did not. No, that was the least. That was the least details. We had to go to the builder, which I think is just builder. To JSON. Oh, it did work. These are all users that we created. We'll do some tests and make sure that this is users that we've actually interacted with ever in our flow. So we actually kind of need this only if there isn't already any tenants as it is, because when we approve an application controller, no, that was the Rails one. This, when we approve an application, we're going to create that lease. We're going to add the tenants to it. So we're going to get the users of that application. So users application users map. No. Yeah, user. Because what we're going to do is this pretty much. We're going to create the lease users. And then I think that this will just work. It'll just save it. But I don't know. But basically the idea is when you go through the application flow and you approve it, you will already have the user that you need. So you don't need to actually select and add one. This is if all right, well, what we can do is actually get available tenants. We can say if at least dot users dot empty or something like that. So that's the only time that this matters, is if we don't have any tenants. Or we still do this query because you want to be able to add somebody to the platform. So if you have like a roommate coming, there might be a separate thing that is not directly involved in the application flow in Rentijoy. They just need to become a lease user. So you need to basically be able to create an account. So yeah, I don't know. We'll do this query for now, and we might just do some UI stuff. That should probably be good. Let's just add though that section for adding somebody to the lease though. We'll call this section the tenants one. Yeah, okay, here we go. Groups sounds good. Any contacts? Patient list. Maybe just group seems better. Yeah, okay, that looks better. Add or remove tenants from the lease. So we need something here. We need to show the current tenants on the lease, if any. And we have to be able to remove them from that lease. And add a new one as well. So I'm going to do add tenant. Sorry, keep coughing. And there's going to be a bit of a search here. And like we'll actually do f dot input. What? Oh, why? Really? That? It is text field. Why is that not working? I type it wrong. Oh, it doesn't have the name thing. Oh, okay. That's why. So we can do... We'll just do this then. We'll do... Yikes. label, sure, input, or this, whatever. You can even have something underneath, like, I don't know. Recent applicants or something. That might be actually, yeah, that actually might be nice. Do div. Spacer be small. Something like that, where basically we'll have a list here that they can choose from. Might be nice, save them some time. But this is kind of the idea for the tenants area. I don't know how we'll build this, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. Well, I think this is probably a good stopping point for me. So far we fixed a bug. We got our lease builder looking much nicer than what it was at the start of the recording. Yeah, I'm excited to start sharing more as I build this product, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But want to stop here. It's been fun, and happy I could share this with y'all. So take care, have a great day, night, and yeah, peace.